system. So number system goes like this. Starting from the Z wide receiver. He's the farthest to the right side, so he is the number 1 to that side. The tight end will be number 2. This halfback will be number 3, okay? To the other side, this X receiver will be number 1. Fullback will be number 2, okay? So we'll leave those numbers there just so you can have some reference, okay? So this Sam backer right here is playing quarter flat off of number 2. So this is his number 2, okay? This Will is playing the same thing, quarter flat off number 2, okay? This is his number 2. This Mike is playing hook off number 3, okay? So that is what those guys are doing responsibility-wise. Let's look at how it works out.
Perfect pasta in 60 seconds. Simply knead and heat for delicious al dente pasta in just 60 seconds. Then just add a mix of your own fresh ingredients and enjoy. Barilla ready pasta. Find it in the dry pasta aisle.
In the scheme, okay? So if we look at the scheme, and what I mean by that is if this fullback goes to the flat, this Will goes with him. That's his number 2. If this tight end goes to the flat,
that's Mosley. Get big out there, man.
Goes with him. That's his number 2. This Mike is playing over number 3. If he comes this way, the Mike goes this way. If he goes this way, the Mike goes that way. Okay? That is what it means when we say those guys are playing quarter flat or quarter hook off of number 3 and number 2. Okay? So those guys are playing, and as we all know, it can change, right? It can interchange. If this guy comes here and this guy goes here, he becomes his new number 2, okay? He becomes a new number 3. The fullback becomes a number 3 for the Mike. And then the Sam number 2 stays the same with the tight end, okay? If they lined up in a near set, okay? Now, with this near set, we got to have some communication between our Mike and our Sam, okay? Why? Because this guy can go in and this guy can go out and create a 2-3 switch, okay? So we're just playing it in and out, basically the same way we did it in man-to-man coverage, playing it in and out. We're saying, hey, if this guy go in, he's gonna become your number 3. You're gonna take him. I'm gonna take him to the flat, okay? It's kind of how it works. If this guy stay in, the halfback stay in the block, and this guy runs all the way across the field, he will eventually become the Will number 2 because the halfback didn't go out. Then the fullback will be the Sam's number 2, and then the halfback will be number 3 for the Mike, okay? So you really just, as long as you can count 1, 2, and 3 underneath, you should be good, okay? And you always got to be worried about who can become my number 2, who can become my number 3, okay? That's really all you have to worry about. All right, so we talk about match or zone. When I say match or zone, what I mean is underneath, those guys can play a matchup or they can play it in a zone concept. And what I mean is, when we talk about zones, we always talk playing high to low, right? So if this guy go to the flat, this is his man, he got to go with it. If he's playing a match concept, he's going to match that guy, and he's going to really go get it. If he's playing a zone concept, he's just going to kind of hover over the top of him and wait for the quarterback to throw it and come high to low. Same way over here. If this guy go to the flat in the match concept, he's coming to get it. In the zone concept, he's just hovering over the top, waiting for the quarterback to throw the ball, then you drive and make the tackle, okay? That's the difference in a match concept and a zone concept, okay? I've been in schemes where we played match. I've been in schemes where we played zone, okay? Just the coordinator's preference, okay? But that is what you have when you have cover 4 underneath, okay? So now let's talk about one of the cool things about cover 4 and how we play it in the back end, okay? Let's talk about how we play it in the back end. All right, so these safeties are playing 2
them guys, man.
to 1, okay? 2 to 1, okay? So let's put these numbers back up here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So this safety right here, his number 2 is in the backfield, okay? So he's basically a free guy. So if he's playing 2 to 1, if my 2 is in the backfield, now I'm basically working with this corner and we can double team that guy, okay? This safety is playing 2 to 1. Well, he has a 2 in the tight end, so he has to read this guy. Anything short, we said the Sam will have him, right? Anything short, the Sam has him. So he has number 2 vertical, okay? Number 2 releases and go vertical, the safety will pick him up. If number 2 do anything short, then the safety's read is 2 to 1. So 2 will cancel out and he will look to double team number 1, okay? Corner's jobs are outside and over the top. Outside and over the top of number 1. That's the corner's job, okay? The corner should never have to make a play on an inside breaking route from a wide receiver in quarters, okay? They should always have somebody on their inside, either the Sam or the strong safety or the Mike or the Will or the free safety. Somebody should always be to their inside, okay? So they should be playing outside and over the top. They run a deep post, that is the corner's play, okay? They run vertical, that is the corner's play, okay? Not the safety. We'll talk about that. The safeties are inside and underneath number 1, okay? They are playing 2 first, going to number 1, okay? So that is a little bit of it in base. I'm gonna show one more thing, okay? Check this out. It's another thing I like about quarters, okay? Check this out. We can make it look like cover 3, right? We can walk this safety down, showing a weak side rotation, put that safety in the middle, and now it looks like cover 3, right? Looks like we got 8 guys in the box, and we're playing cover 3 when we're really still playing quarters. And the reason why we can do that is because, what did we talk about? This corner has number 1. This safety has 2 to 1. Well, they're basically double teaming this guy. And the safety knows I only have him if he comes inside, if he comes in here. So I'm going to be underneath this guy. So I can come down here and show like I'm just playing in the box because I know I just got to make a play on him right in here on that anyway.
What is that?
Right? This safety knows I only got this guy vertical, right? I only got it vertical, and this Sam has him anywhere underneath. So he's gonna put hands on that guy so he don't get a free release on me, okay? So at the snap of the ball, all I gotta do is pedal this way, and now I can cover that guy if he goes vertical. But pre-snap wise, it can look like cover 3, okay? It can look like cover 3, and we said in cover 3, we are built to stop the run. We're susceptible in the pass game, okay? Well, if we show cover 3 and they think that they can throw the ball on us, but we're really playing cover 4, we're gonna benefit from that because now cover 4, we can double team those guys and help us out in pass coverage, okay? Let's take a look at it in 11 personnel because it's a couple more things that we can do, a couple more things that I wanna show you. All right, so now we're in 11 personnel, okay? 11 personnel, you can see we have our nickel over here, okay? You can see him lined up over the slot, and we are in a far set, okay? So let's do our same things. We got number 1, we got number 2, we got 1, 2, 3, okay? 1, 2, and 3. So how we're gonna play it? This guy is outside and over the top of number 1. Same thing for him, outside and over the top of number 1. This guy is number 2 vertical. This guy right here is playing number 3. This Mike right here. This nickel is inside of number 2, quarter flat. If 2 go to the flat, the nickel goes with it. If 2 goes vertical, the nickel pushes through because he's going to the safety, right? He's going to the safety vertical, okay? So this safety, your read is a little different, okay? You're not going 2 to 1 initially in trips. You are going 2 to 3, okay? 2 to 3. Why? This is why. Because if this right here is a good tight end, what do we say this guy's going? He's going 2 to 1, okay? So they got a Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones, a major receiver backside. We're not going to leave that corner one-on-one. We're going to double that guy, okay? So what happens when you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs and they got, say, you know, Tyreek Hill or somebody back here, this fast guy that you want to make sure you don't give up a deep play, and then you got Travis Kelce right there, okay? That leaves this Mike 1-on-1 with Travis Kelce in the middle of the field. And you don't want that, okay? You don't want that. So what we're going to do is our safety now, you're going to play 2 to 3, okay? Same exact reads, okay? You read number 2. If number 2 goes anywhere shallow, instead of looking to 1, you're going to slide in and help on number 3, okay? So now, this Mike knows I got this guy anywhere short. If he goes vertical, I should pick up help from my safety, okay? Another thing that we can do, okay? Say, for instance, you don't have a monster on the backside, okay? Say you don't have a monster on the backside. We can do what we used to call it facts. You can call it whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, this is what's going to happen, okay? This free safety is free on the backside because he doesn't have a clear number 2. This guy's in the backfield. We're not expecting him to go vertical unless by game plan we know who this guy is and how they like to use him, okay? So we're expecting this guy to be free. So we're telling this guy, hey, this is not an animal on the backside. What we want you to do, we want you to give him your body. So line up right here, but put your eyes over here and help this Mike out, okay? Because if they're gonna run all go, they're gonna see it as too high middle field open, and with middle field open, they're gonna bend it to the middle of the field, okay? He's gonna bend that thing in the middle of the field. So if this safety just sits right here, he's gonna run right to him. He's gonna run right to him, okay? So that's what you want to do. You want to give this guy your body. If you line up right here, the quarterback knows I can't throw the ball right there because this guy is standing right there. Give him your body. Give him your eyes. See the quarterback looking here? Boom. That is an interception waiting to happen, okay? That's a little more detailed type of things, okay? But the gist of cover 4, like I said, it's going to take multiple videos because I love cover 4. You can probably feel and hear the excitement. I love cover 4. There's so much into it. It just allows you to play football, okay? You got to be in tune with what's going on and make calls, okay? Make calls. But the grand scheme of things, corners, you're on top of number 1. Free safeties, you're reading 2 to 1. Strong safeties, you're reading 2 to 1. Corners, you're still over the top. Will backer, you're quarter flat on number 2. Nickel, you're quarter flat on number 2. And then the mic is hook over number 3. Okay? Hook over number 3. Okay? Let's go back to 21 personnel. And let me show you how it looks against the run real quick, okay? All right, so we said that these safeties are playing 2 to 1, right? So that's their read, 2 to 1. Well, what happens, this guy doesn't have a number 2, he's in the backfield, right? So he's already kind of cheating here because he's basically double teaming this guy. We know they're in 21 personnel, so we already know this is a run heavy tendency, okay? So
Oh shit.
this